Mike Mulhern from MikeMulhern'sNASCAR. Sunday night, Tony Stewart beats Jeff Gordon. Hey, I picked that pre-race. Can't believe I actually got something right. But it was a Greg Biffle day. And there's a changing dynamic. I don't know if it was that NASCAR inspection of Mark Martin's car and Jimmie Johnson's car, the inspection that Jack Roush says is still going on. But something changed. Greg Biffle dominated today's Kansas 400. Made a bad call on the last pit stop. He wanted 4 tires. His crew chief, Greg Irwin, said 2 tires, 2 tires. Greg said 4. Greg was leading, led 113 of the 267 laps. Had the car to beat, had the fastest car here. Might have run out of gas if there hadn't been a yellow, so who knows how things might have turned out, but Greg Biffle had the best car in the field. That says something. Jimmie Johnson, a little off. Bad pit stop, bad pit call. Mark Martin, a little off. Said this was the worst his car has run in a while. Still came in 7th. Pretty darn good if you ask me. They may have struggled, but they pulled something off. Busy day at the racetrack. Gosh, we're still following up on the George Gillette stuff. I tell you, there's some money out there. Saudi oil money. And I was doing some research. MikeMulhern'sNASCAR's got a couple of stories on what they're thinking about. Looks to me like Qatar, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain. Hey, maybe the NASCAR schedule is going to look a little different in a couple of years. I don't think so, but it might be interesting to see if NASCAR decides to put on an exhibition race in the Middle East, like George Gillette might want, like the Saudi family might want. Hey, they got some money. If they got money, the Francis, hey, just send them a check, and we're on the boat out of Wilmington, North Carolina. Mark Martin, still atop the points lead, lost a little ground to just about everybody except Jimmie Johnson, picked up a little bit on him. Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart and Greg Biffle, they're the big winners today. Greg should have won. Tony made the right call, the last pit stop. 2 tires, track position. Give credit right there to Darian Grubb. He said this is a must-win. He says every race in the chase is a must-win because, hey, all the other chase guys are winning races. They need to, too. This was Tony's best run since winning at the Glen. May have lucked into it a little bit, but, hey, strategy is strategy. Won by more than 10 car lengths over Jeff Gordon. A lot of things happening at the racetrack today. We were looking at the changing dynamics. Roush suddenly has a car that is in the chase, really in the chase. And we've got 6 guys within about 100 points of each other at the top. I think you can stick a fork in some of those other guys. Brian Vickers, blown engine. Dale Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr. led 41 laps, looked really good. Comes down pit road, loose lug nut. Has to come back in, loses a lap. Things went from bad to worse. Finally a belt came off the car, engine blew up. He was pretty ticked. Hey, he probably had a good shot to win this thing, and wins have been sort of few and far between for him. Needed some help on that sort of stuff. We talked with Jack about Mark Martin's car at Dover and Jimmie Johnson's car at Dover, the 2 that NASCAR questioned. NASCAR says they're legal. Jack says he wants a second opinion, I think. I don't know if you get a second opinion in NASCAR, but he says that from what he understands, those cars were both off, and that NASCAR still considers it an open case. John Darby says no. I don't know. We'll have to see how that thing plays out. They took Mark Martin's car from Kansas back to the R&D shop in Concord to check it out again. It might be a frequent visitor over there. They might want to get some frequent visitor points at the R&D center. Preventive maintenance is what the NASCAR people told me. Keep everybody straight and on the up and up. Big story, Tony Stewart wins. Jeff Gordon finally gets a good race too. Those guys both needed it. And so did Greg Biffle. The 3 big winners today. The losers, well, Juan Pablo Montoya looked tough. He's hanging tough in there. Man, he was tough. You got to listen to this guy on the radio. He's a trip, I tell you. He talks and talks and talks. He ought to have the Juan Montoya channel on TV. Now, speaking of TV, can't wait to see what the TV ratings are. A lot of lead changes today, a lot of good action. They even went 4 wide. I was impressed. A lot of action, spins, pushing and shoving and all that sort of stuff. Great town, Kansas City, and now they got a good track too. Started the weather, come in. 6 or 7 years we've been here. This is one of the best races I've seen in a long time. We'll see if the TV audience says the same thing. Tony Stewart wins, Jeff Gordon 2nd, Greg Biffle 3rd. The dynamic may be changing in the chase. We'll have to see. Now it's on to California and, well, maybe Dubai, maybe Bahrain, maybe Qatar. Hey, Qatar. Isn't the guy that owns Qatar running an NHRA Top Fuel dragster too? Maybe he wants to come over and play NASCAR. I tell you, might be interesting these next couple of weeks. Mike Mulhern from MikeMulhern.net, Kansas City.